Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the Premier. Since this government was elected, the price of almost everything has been climbing, but family budgets have not. Under the Family Pharmacare Program, a family making $30,000 a year with one dependent could still have to pay over $1,000 out of pocket before they would see any savings from the program. I'm sure that the Premier can see that this math simply doesn't add up. For so many people who need access to life-saving drugs, they have a choice of whether to pay for food or to pay for medicine. Mr. Speaker, will the Premier lower family pharmacare expenses so that families can afford their medications?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I thank the member opposite for the important question. Cost of living is up for sure. Record inflation across the country, across the province, but certainly across the world. And we're very conscious of the fact of the impact that this is having on Nova Scotians. In terms of the specific question about access to drugs, I'll remind the members that we fully committed to increase the presumptive coverage for volunteer firefighters. We made cystic fibrosis drugs more widely available. We will continue to work on access to drugs. And in terms of the very specific question about the family pharmacare, I'm happy to take that away and see what's possible in that program as well to expand coverage. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on her first supplementary.
Thank you for that answer, and regardless of what's available, the co-pays still come out of people's pockets. Mr. Speaker, older people are particularly vulnerable to the rising cost of living. The average senior in Canada is prescribed 7 different drugs. The Seniors Care Grant doesn't cover medication costs. Under Seniors Pharmacare, a single person with an income of $35,000 a year would pay a premium of $424 and would have to pay a co-payment of 30% of each prescription, up to $382. So in other words, a senior would pay over $800 before they saw any savings to the program, $800 that many don't have. Nova Scotians are good at scrimping and saving, but medication can't be scrimped. Mr. Speaker, will the Premier take real action to help ensure seniors don't skip vital medications because they can't afford them, and lower co-payments and charges for seniors'
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And of course, we understand the pressure that the cost of living situation has on all Nova Scotians, particularly seniors as well. And I just want a point of clarification. The Seniors Care Grant does apply for medications. That is a valid use for that. As the members would know, we're continuing to look at how to improve that Seniors Care Grant situation. Just last week, we made some improvements to that program. We'll continue to do that. The member raises a serious question, and we'll take it very serious as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on her final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, we've learned in the past week that the Premier won't provide paid sick days, won't implement an immediate $15 minimum wage, won't raise income assistance rates, and won't offer direct support to people. So, Mr. Speaker, the NDP has spent the last week proposing a series of things that the government could do, that list among them, and here is another one. So I want to ask the Premier one more time, will he lower seniors and family pharmacare payments so that families struggling to pay the cost of groceries, rent, and medication can have a shot at affording one of them?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We'll certainly take that away and look at it and see what's possible. But Nova Scotians also know that the NDP for a week has been very busy in this chamber, taking personal attacks at those who step up to support Nova Scotians. We know that the NDP had a lot to say on a number of issues in this chamber, Mr. Speaker. Nova Scotians noted that very well. But what I would say to the member is now that they've gotten around to asking serious questions that impact Nova Scotians every single day, we'll certainly take that away. We understand the pressure on Nova Scotians across the province, and we'll do anything we can to help them, Mr. Speaker, including looking at what the member has suggested.